That moves pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
I'm not willing to really light it up here with no...
it's really cold out. We've got no registration and...
no registration, no plates, no nothing.
So in typical fashion, we're doing what you and I do best. Screw around and have some fun. Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story, and no stranger to the channel, my good friend Tom Lembeck. So we were going out to get some potbellies, some sandwiches, and I said, what the heck is this Oldsmobile doing back here? Tom, what did you bring today?
This is a 1970 Olds 442 W-30 4-speed convertible. It's one of the first Olds ever discovered.
Take a look at this.
First Olds W-30 car discovered.
So come right alongside me, Tom. And, well, this was sitting in the pile of MOPARs. Now, if you know Tom, you've seen, well, let's see, a Hemi Superbird, a Hemi Daytona, Hemi, well, just pretty much everything Hemi. Come on along with me. So where did this 442 come from? How long have you been the owner of this one?
Probably since the late 90s. I was looking at a Challenger triple black 446-pack convertible 4-speed, and I heard that the guy that had the car was interested in a W-30 convertible 4-speed, but it had to be black, had to be triple black, and it had to be a real W-30 car. So I have friends that collected Oldsmobiles, so I asked them if they knew of such a car, and they did.
And here, well, it is. So you decided to purchase this one, and this one has, one of the things you can see right off the bat is those correct red
inner fender wells.
Inner fender wells. Yeah. And I'll just take you to the important piece right there. Not just a 442, which is good enough, but a W-30. So Tom, come on back. Tell me, you took this one, you took some girl out on a date with this or something like that. How'd that work out?
My wife that I'm married, my present day wife, my only one, we went on our first date and I took her to the sushi bar in this car, and I was very popular with the older ladies because all the moms had Cutlass convertibles back in the day. All
the moms had Cutlass convertibles.
And actually, a mother ordered this car brand new in 1970, took delivery April 16th. Her name's Jean Blanchard from New York State, and my birthday's actually April 16th, 1960. So the date that this car was delivered is the exact date of my birthday.
So this car was meant to be yours?
I guess so.
And let me show the rear end of it. I always thought that this is a great shot of this car. Lots of little fun pieces with this car. First of all, I want to show you this. It wouldn't really fit well in the trunk.
Yeah, we did that for a show that I took it to. It's one of the first W-30s that my friends in the hobby said they knew about. And the guy in New York had the car. When I went to go look at it, I was actually going to visit my sister and brother-in-law in New York, and I took a car out to where this guy lived across the bridge, and when I saw the car, I fell in love with it right away.
Well, it's easy to see how you'd fall in love with this one. First of all, it's got the trumpet exhaust. We'll hear that. The thing I love about the cars that you have is, well, they're actually all driven. Can we pop the trunk on this? Do you have the keys for that? It is, we're in Chicago, and it's pretty gosh darn cold. But Tom was kind enough to, he knows my passion, and he said, all right, we'll do it. So I really appreciate that we are videoing this, because first of all, you don't usually get to see the first place winner at all of the shows, but to see it in this condition and this clean.
Well, when it first, Buddy Holt had it in his collection in the mid '80s. He was one of the first Olds collectors. It had a little rust in the lower fenders, so then the guy restored it and put NOS fenders on it. But I still have the original fenders, and I'm possibly thinking about having those, restored. and it just shows the original striping from the factory on those fenders, which is really rare to have original fenders like that.
Let's pull that out and show those fenders. I think you got a picture of that.
Yeah.
So let's see these fenders. So show me.
And you can see the original W-30 pinstriping from the factory on it, and then where the W-30 emblems would go are in the fenders, and there is some of the rust on them, and the guy just didn't want to pay to have them restored back in the day, so he bought NOS fenders.
And you kept it, which makes perfect sense.
Well, yeah, I've had them for 22, 3 years.
Yeah, let's open her up, shall we? So right here I want to show some things. Now, has this car been restored other than the fenders?
Yeah, when I bought the car from the gentleman in New York, Cold Springs Harbor, New York, it was restored by him. And then I re-restored it at Jeff's Resurrections in Taylor, Texas, when we took the 4 W-30 convertibles that I had at one point to the Bowling Green Nationals.
So let me show that interior, the buckets. Let me show the door here. Actually, I want to do one thing. We just got the sun to hit this car. Let's stand back for one moment.
I don't think there's too many prettier convertibles that were ever built than this W-30 car.
Wow. We show the front again, just with the sun hitting it. Now, Tom, while we have the sun, because we haven't had it, let me have you open the hood, and we'll show how this works while I show the interior. We're gonna open these. You want to pop those first. There's 1, 2, and 3.
So the 455 engine, the F-heads, 4-barrel, 4-speed, and the W-30 4-speed convertibles did not have power brakes because of the cam, so none of the W-30 4-speed convertibles had power brakes. And some of them didn't have power steering or power brakes, which made them a little difficult to drive.
That's really good.
And the story goes that Buddy Holt's dad, who was a Oldsmobile dealer, wouldn't let young Buddy get a W-30 convertible or just a W-30 4-speed when he was young. And when he got older, that's when he purchased this car.
Was able to get one.
As Dad said, they were too fast. And they are fast. They compete with Hemis and...
now you have some Hemis.
Yeah.
Would you say that this one is faster?
It could be. Many a battle has gone on in the street, and a Hemi does not always beat the W-30 car.
But one thing that I will say about the 70, you could see that on the hood that sticks out. And it's
and the grill is different on the 70. 70 is the holy grail of the years. They have 71s and 2s that are actually rare production numbers, but the 70 was the most potent power plant, and that's the coveted year, the 70.
I'm trying to keep my hand as steady as possible, but it is really chilly out here. So I'm doing what I can, but this is really...
It's almost December.
Yeah, we are right next to December in Illinois. Tom, let me just jump in for a second and show the rest of the interior, and then I'm going to have you jump in and fire it up. So you're greeted by the body by Fisher. Right off the bat, we have the correct amount of pedals. You have your wipers, your top up and down, your lights. Let me do this. Let me show you that. And now we'll get into it. Number one, you've got your center console, your 4-speed. Your Hurst shifter. You see your linkages, your park, your vents. Now I'll take that time. The Rocket. Is that the original miles?
As far as I know.
42,000.
Yeah.
Nice. Your clock. Let me see if I can get a little better angle there.
That seems to be about the mileage of several of the cars I've had. My Azure blue car, even the original paint red car that came out of Michigan had about 37,000 miles on it. I think my gold member convertible might have a little higher mileage on that.
Very nice. Tom, I will let you jump in the driver's seat and let's start this one up. That sounds really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're beautiful cars to drive. They handle and drive great because of the full, unibody construction. I think that's what they call it. You know, compared to a CUDA, you're going to get a much better ride out of this than you will out of a.
Let's hit the brakes for just a second so we can see those tail lights and the reverse lights. Tom, I think it is in reverse, and I think that's because I pulled it back. There you go. You can see the exhaust. Let me just listen to it idle. Go ahead, Tom, give it a rev. Give it a good rev, Tom. Tom, give it one better than that. Okay, now you're talking. there's buddies. I gotta get the blood flowing back in you again.
Well,
for both of us.
I mean, we just built it to stock. It's not.
Gotcha. All right, let's take it just for a cruise around the block.
Okay.
Okay. Well, here we are in the black on black on black 442 W-30. It's Tom and Lou on another excellent adventure in the baddest Oldsmobile on the planet. How are you?
Good. I'm just watching the natives.
Yeah,
right in front of you.
Watching the cars.
We've been here before.
We have.
They don't care. Daytona, CUDA, they'll cut right in front of you.
Yeah, for sure. That moves pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
I'm not willing to really light it up here with no...
it's really cold out. We've got no registration and...
no registration, no plates, no nothing.
So in typical fashion, we're doing what you and I do best. Screw around and have some fun.
I haven't driven it in a while, so I don't even know what happened to the plates. I know it was registered for a while when I used to drive it around.
How's it feel?
Feels great.
Yeah.
Feels great.
Looks great. Sounds great.
These original tires kind of squeal and squeak a little bit. I know a lot of guys put the 15-inch wheels and tires on it if they're going to drive it around. It's a lot more
conducive
to driving and enjoying the car. Don't get stuff.
Yeah, no, we'll pull it back into the garage. And of course, we're always, Tom, doing the legal speed limit anyway, so everything's always good there. So, Tom, once again, an amazing car, not a MOPAR product, which is really a surprise coming into the garage. But go ahead.
It's one of the holy grails. I mean, you have the Olds W-30 4-speed convertible, you got the Buick Stage 1 4-speed convertible, you got the Hemi CUDA convertible, you got the Ram Air 4 Judge, 4-speed convertible,
And then and then there's this one.
and the Olds is right up there with all of them. There's nothing.
Nothing wrong with this
Nothing
one.
wrong with this one.
Nothing wrong with this one. Tom, a great car. Lots of fun. It sounds wonderful. Again, as always, thanks so much for sharing a great car and being on My Car Story.
My pleasure, Lou.
Thanks.